Hello, my name is RBV. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you a video that I made a long time ago that I never published. It was probably around a month before the Monster Hunter World collaboration came out, so that's why you won't see some of the champions. And I hope this video helps some of you too. And enjoy! This is an account that belongs to a friend of mine. As you can see, he's level 70. He's not playing much. He's pretty casual. He is mostly free to play. He did buy some packs early on, but nothing since then. His Great Hall is not all that developed, and he doesn't really have that much time to play, right? The area bonuses are also very questionable. He didn't go for any Hydras or Demon Lords, which is the most important parts when it comes to area bonuses. In any case, I'm gonna show you a little bit what this account has and where I think he made some mistakes. These are his champions. He does have some 60s, but to be fair, for a level 70 account, this is a very low amount. His gear is also not the best. I'm gonna do a little bit of a gear cleanse. His choices about getting some champions to 60 is also very questionable. As you can see, it's not even geared, even though it's a bad legendary. But if you are leveling something up to 60, then you need to use it. In any case, he's doing Clan Boss Nightmare. He said the biggest problem is that it's very inconsistent. He does 2 to 3 keys and he can't really get it up and running. I did check this account a long time ago. It was like a year ago or 6 months ago, I'm not so sure. And he had a lot fewer champions, he had a lot less gear, so today I'm going to try and improve everything that he needs improving. He also said that in his dungeons he needs to hit level 20 Fire Knight. As you can see, it's 12 minutes and 30 seconds, which is pretty bad. Although he just wants to do this so he can get his missions progressed. As you can see, he's on his way to Arbiter, but he's stuck here. He can't do it on auto. He needs to either manual it or just forever be stuck on the boss. So I'll do my best to improve his account overall. I'll check every area that I can and I'll see what happens. I'm going to start with Python. I did ask him permission to use the gems, use the silver and everything else. So I'll be starting with this. The biggest problem currently is he has no books to finish this skill, which is very important for the clan boss because the speed tune that I did make requires him to book him out. So I will make team now and I will tell him to either wait or use the team without the proper speed tune because it's 4 turns instead of 3. Currently still no masteries, but he have gems for it, so it's not a big deal. Since he needs to use him in multiple areas of the game, I'll do my best to get gear that will help him in other places as well, such as bolster. Maybe guardian, he probably doesn't have enough, but I will see what I can do. Okay, so this is the finished product. Unfortunately, I don't really want to waste all the silver to get these to 16. For now, he should be okay. This is the result. So we have a nice amount of HP, we have a nice amount of defense, 258 speed because that's the speed tune that I chose for the boss. I wanted a lot of resistance so he can actually use it in PvP and maybe other content so he can resist stuff like from the bosses. We actually don't need any accuracy on this guy, but problem with not having much gear, right? I really wanted something else to help him. For example, Stone Skin, he doesn't have great gear. Bolster, he has a very low amount of pieces and none of them are that good. So I had to do what I had to do and this is the end result. I will continue with the next champion that needs gearing, which will probably be Deacon, so we can speed tune everything else and maybe use it in some other content as well. Oh, and I almost forgot about the masteries. These are the clan boss masteries. We use some defensive ones and some offensive ones. We want some enemy max HP damage. And I also use this one, and this one protects your team from the first hit. Well, it doesn't exactly protect them, this champion takes it instead. But for now, I think this is gonna be good since he doesn't have much gear. So let's go on to Deacon. This is our Deacon finished. I went for a bit tankier stats so he can, survive the clan boss. We have a decent amount of defense. I would prefer like 3.5k, but considering the gear and everything, we do actually have a bit more, but we didn't level the gear all the way. A decent amount of HP. We have the speed that I need for the speed tune, and we have a good amount of accuracy, so we don't miss our stuff. I didn't put any masteries in yet. I will see which hero needs it most, so I will try to orient it towards that. I will go with Dracomorph, pick out the team, and let you all know. Decided to put him instead of Ronda. I was originally concerned about the amount of debuffs we are putting on the clan boss, but I think it shouldn't be a problem. So we have a lot more defense. We have a little bit less attack, but consider some of the pieces are not leveled up. The weapon is not leveled up, and also the banners. So once we get those up, we will get around 3000 defense and around 3.5k damage. We get a little bit more crit damage and we lose a bit of accuracy, but this is perfectly fine for the clan boss. And this is how it's gonna look. So here we go. You don't have too much in terms of silver, so I'm trying to conserve that before leveling stuff up. Another bonus is he's already mastered up. I didn't change anything. I don't think I will for the time being, but we will see later on. Next up, I'm going to go for Sisia, and we will see how that turns out. I also want to add one more thing. I'm going to be turning off his A3 skill. We are getting decreased defense from Deacon, and we are getting weakened from Sisia, so I think this will just make him do more damage if he doesn't use it, so we're going to try it like that. Unfortunately, we are kind of running out of gear, so this is Sisia's build. She will be running in 197 speed. I will glyph that a bit later. This is the best I can do. I would prefer more crit damage, I would prefer more attack, but it is what it is. I want to make her a bit more tanky so she doesn't die. Accuracy is really good, kind of an overkill as well, but that's better than, you know, underdoing it. So I'll try to fix these up and see how it goes. Okay, so I ended up changing the shield, basically trying to get the speed up a bit, and this is exactly what we need. It's 196 speed, which is still fine. 3000 defense, 3000 attack, 39k HP, a little bit of crit damage, nothing special, and we have a decent chunk of accuracy. So that's gonna be it for Sisia, at least for now. I'm gonna check everything else out and see what I can do. These are the masteries. The masteries are fine for now, at least. The clan boss shouldn't be that big of an issue. So we have Sisia done, we have Dracomorph done, we have Deacon done, and we have Python done. So the next one is Toragi, and I'm gonna do him next. Okay, so Toragi is mostly finished. He is not leveled up, actually, so he's only level 40, so these stats are going to go up. We have a decent chunk of HP. This is going to be around 60,000. We have a okay amount of defense. This is going to go higher, so that's fine. The resistance is completely by accident. That's just how the gear rolled. And we have a decent amount of accuracy, so he can land his stuff. The stats, which is very important, is decrease attack, and we also have a poison, right? Provokers doesn't do anything. So the next step is setting up the AI for the boss, and then we can start. I almost forgot, the only one without masteries currently is Deacon, so I'm gonna do that now because we have the extra gems, and that would be perfect. Bam! Master is complete. Okay, I'm gonna go set up the AI and see how it goes. One thing to consider is that it's not exactly ready yet because we are missing 3 books to get 3 turn cooldown on the shed skin, which is really important. So currently the clan boss is not actually speed tuned because of this. Just a quick look here. This is his previous clan boss, and he says it does anywhere from 15 to 20 million on Nightmare, and it's very inconsistent, so he wants to fix it up. So this is the setup. Really nothing that special. I just made him use his thermometer fill first. I told Toragi not to use his provoke because it's completely useless against clan boss. Also delayed his shield and ally protect by 1 turn. Sisia also delayed both of these. The only reason for that is that she has a potential to get stunned on the first turn 3, so on the first boss stun to be precise. So if I delay it, that won't happen. Python always use Shed Skin whenever he has it available. And Dracomorph use his first ability or A1 on the first turn to delay his A2. And that's about it. This is going to be the team. Let's see how it goes. Oh, and please do not forget, it's not speed tuned because we are missing the books. Other than that, we are perfectly fine. One more thing before we start, I just remembered his blessings. I'm actually going to change this up because I want her to do the brimstone and I want Draco to have cruelty, so we can decrease the defense, right? Once we get that up, rock and rolling, it's going to be a lot easier later on the stages. So let's try it with this. And there we go, that's our run. So even with the P2 not being well because of the Python not having books, it's still better than his old team. I'm very happy to see this, and I'm going to actually hit it one more time because he needs to do his dailies. And that's it. With Toragi getting leveled, Python getting the books, I'm pretty sure he can get to 1 key. Not to mention the gear is pretty damn bad, so if he gets that up and running as well, it's gonna have an even easier time. So let's do it one more time, I guess. I can't believe this run even made it to 30 million because we got our stuff resisted a few times, which was kind of unlucky. So just a little bit of a breakdown on the team. We have decreased defense and leech here. Leech means that nobody else pretty much needs any lifesteal gear or any sort of regen. The reason behind that is we get procs like War Master on them. They usually heal almost max HP. Next up, we have Toragi, and Toragi serves two purposes as well. He has decreased attack for the clan boss, and he also has ally protect. We have Sisia, which is mostly damage. She uses burn, and he also has a weaken debuff. Then we have a Python. The Python has some heals, and the most important part of everything is the block debuffs for the stun. And then we have Draco Morph, which also decreases the boss's defense because of the cruelty. We use him for poison and just A1 attacks. Next up, we have our Fire Knight. The Fire Knight is kind of a disaster because it's a force affinity and people usually struggle with it, especially early on. This is the previous team setup. I will do some reworking on that. See you guys soon. I made a temporary test team. The main problem with this team is that we have two people who are weak affinity, and we will just do a test with the new gear and everything and see how that goes. If that doesn't go well, then we will change up the gear and possibly the champions. Okay, method boss. I didn't put any AI inputs, which means they will do their random stuff, which is actually pretty bad. So I'll change that as well, but I want to see how this goes. The main problem currently is that we have no one to reduce the turn meter of the boss, which means he's gonna heal a lot and it could last for a very long time. So I'm gonna check after this one and see if we actually have somebody who will do that consistently. Yes, we have Deacon, but it's not enough. To be honest, this is going a lot better than I thought. I'm gonna do some AI stuff and see if that goes better. Okay, I changed up a few things. Hopefully we can get our cooldowns up before the boss. And since this is Force Affinity, I'm not expecting too much, but maybe it helps. Let's see how it goes. So what I changed here is I want most of them to use the A1. The ones who are not using the A1 are using their ability, which hits multiple times. And we saved our decreased defense and weaken for the well, not second phase, but when the boss drops the shield, so we can get some damage in, and hopefully this speeds up the process. And there we go. That's perfect in my opinion. From like 12 or 13 minutes to 2.5 minutes, almost 3. I think that's really good. Okay, let's check out what's next. Okay, we have our ice golem here. It's 224. It's not horrible, right? I'm just gonna do a quick checkup and see if I can maybe improve it. Okay, just did a few tweaks. Didn't do anything special, didn't change the gear up. Most of these are already geared except Tartak. He should be good for this fight anyways, so let's just see how it goes. And there we go. That's a new record for this one as well. It should be more consistent than the old team anyways. Maybe with a little bit more of an AI tweak, this could be even better. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I did. So I basically instructed them to use their abilities usually just once, so we can save it for another time. As you can see, this is for the Deacon. When it comes to Sisia, I ordered her to use her fire first, and then do whatever she wants. Round 2, she doesn't use her fire, or burn I should say, because Artak is using his. And on round 1, I forbade him from doing his burn. So they're just going in circles. When it comes to Dracomorph, I just disabled both of his abilities and told him to use it the next round. This might not even need to happen because we have a Deacon for decreased defense. We do get a weaken, but might slow us down a bit, so we can even try without it. But for now, I think it's working perfectly fine. I decided to run it again on a different setup. It's basically the same. This might be a little bit more consistent, so I'm gonna leave it like this. So let's check out the dragon if we even need to do anything about it. I just checked it out. His dragon 20 is 1 minute 26 seconds, which is perfectly fine. Next up, it's Spider 20. So when it comes to Spider, this was the old team. And I remember because I built it, I don't know how things changed. So let me just quickly check it out and I'll let you know. Some stuff around. The gear is quite bad on Septimus. We can try and see how that goes. If it goes badly, I'll just replace the gear. That's most likely what's gonna happen. I already hate how this is going, so I'm just gonna end it here and redo the team. I just realized Artax speed is so freaking low. So I guess we'll have to redo a few teams and a few gear sets. Okay, so this is going to be the new build. That's a little bit more HP, a little bit more defense, a lot more speed, which is good. And accuracy dropped a bit, but doesn't really matter, that's pretty high enemies. So we're gonna try it like this. Also gonna check out Ice Golem and stuff I did with Artak, if there's anything. Just in case something gets effed up with it. I checked everything out. He actually has a cold heart. And I think we'll be using her for Spider. We are running extremely low on silver, basically none left. So I'll see what I can do, and if this is even possible, since she's 50 and the gear will not be that great. Okay, so this is going to have to be the build. I don't really have much choice here. And this is going to be 10% more because we have mastery to fulfill. And Unfortunately, the speed and the accuracy is not where I want it to be because the gear is not leveled up. I'm going to do a small test run to see if this works. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think this is it. This is definitely the spider team, yeah. Okay, so we checked out basically everything. We done Ice Golem, we done Spider, we got done Dragon, we done the Fire Knight, which was really important. We also did the clan boss. The only thing that's left is Arena. Current problem with Arena is that his lead is supposed to be Arbiter, and he still needs a tiny bit of time to get it. I don't think I'm going to gear anything up or level everything up because there is no silver. So I think he's gonna have to wait on that one. So his current arena team is really suffering because of it. For now, this is gonna have to be it. Deacon is way too slow because of the clan boss, but we do have a pretty relatively speedy Python for this level of arena anyways. He's not geared for damage, she's there for stuns, and we have Ronda for damage. So he's gonna have to contend with this until he gets the Arbiter. When he gets the Arbiter, this should go a lot smoother. I don't know if there's even a point in hitting any of the teams because our team is very slow. So I'll try to find a weaker team like this one because I know they don't have a speed lead, they don't have really anything to boost them that much. So let's give it a test run. Yeah, considering everything, he's gonna have to hit flow teams. That's how it's gonna be for now. We also have Tag Team Arena. Considering his gear and everything, he really can't do much about his teams. He needs to get better gear, he needs to get everything. I guess Python could get in here, right? So I guess I'll bid 3 teams that kinda sorta make sense, and I'll try to toss that in there. Okay, so I made a few teams. It's not perfect. We have decreased defense, speed up, got some damage, got some protection and resurrection. Here also we have a speed up, decreased defense. This is not exactly damage, it's more of a stun. This is also a stun because she's not building the damage gear. Here we have a speed lead, we have burn and burn activation and a little bit of protection. That's the best I can do with the teams that we got. Last but not least, we have Hydra. I don't know if he actually made any Hydra teams. I will try and make one. I think Monkey is not built and he should be the backbone of this. So yes, we can try. Give me a second. So this is the only team I can really come up with. The only block buffs we have is Monkey King, but he's not built. So in this case, it's not gonna work well because he can't do his job. He has no accuracy, no speed, no damage. We have Burn. Both of them are burns and burn activations. Shonda is just insane for Hydra, and we have decreased defense and weaken right here. We also have Python to remove stuff from us and, you know, put block debuffs out. I wanted to really gear the Monkey King, but honestly, he has no gear left. So I'm not sure if I should just toss random stuff on it. He's just gonna end up paying for it. I mean, to remove it. So he has a little bit ways, you know, to go, but when he gets this done, I'm sure he's gonna one key the normal Hydra at the least. So that shouldn't be an issue. And I think that's it for now. I think I covered everything. Try to help him with everything. This took about 6 to 8 hours. We did, well, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. If this account had a lot, like more gear, then this would have been a lot easier for him and a lot better for me as well, because it took like 8 hours to like compile everything, to delete the bad gear. Well, not all of the gear, because you know he doesn't have a lot of options. His champions are actually decent, like pretty good. He can make a lot of stuff happen with this. Main problem is most of them are not leveled to 60, and he didn't do clan boss for forever now. At least not on, you know, getting like double rewards, not doing ultra nightmare. That's really setting him back. Most of these champions don't really have any books, and the ones that do have books, he kind of used it, you know, maybe hastily, because if he waited a bit and maybe for a better champion, or a champion that he's actually using and not the one who's sitting in the vault, it would have been better. But it is what it is. I think I made the most out of the situation that we have, and I'll see what I'll do next. Thank you so much for watching. I will probably do more account takeover videos, and if your account is also in need of assistance, let me know in the comments below and I might choose you. See you next time.